All right, guys, here's what's going on today. We got a driveway to get ready for rock. We're going to put the new grader attachment on the old skid steer and see how it works. All right, as you guys seen before, this is the driveway we've been working on here, and we got rock coming in a couple hours. We got it good and tracked in. So we need to get it graded out. It's got a couple little whoop-de-doos in it, and it needs to be domed or crowned a little bit, however you want to call it. So we're going to take the grader attachment, hook it up on the old skid steer here, and see how she works. She ain't pretty, but I think she's going to work. I've got this thing rigged to where it's going to work, to see if it's going to work, if that makes sense. It's got a little bit of play in it right here, but I haven't had time to adjust it. And my electrical controls, I'll show you here in a minute, they're not ideal. This is not a Cat, it's a Melro. It's basically a Bobcat brand one is what it is. So long story short, I've got it rigged up enough to see if it's going to work and see what I need to do. So we're going to put her to the test and see what happens. All right, the guy who owned this thing before, he's the one that kind of rigged this up a little bit. I need to feed that to that hole right there, clean it. There we go. So basically, he's got this switch box. So this is up over there, up over here, of course, up and down, and that's your power angle. It is a far cry from ideal, but I think it's going to work for today. Whenever I kind of get a feel for how this thing's going to work in general, I'm going to try to get it to where it works on my buttons over here. But we got to get the electrical hooked up, we got to get the auxiliary hydraulics hooked up, and then we're going to hit the road. All right, we got her all hooked and wired up, so I got to turn my auxiliary hydraulics on, and then this is the continuous flow to the valve. Oh yeah, I'll see, there we go, up, down, left, right. Let's see what happens. One thing that's going to make this a little more difficult than it needs to be is my float option on my skid steer is not currently working, so I'm going to have to do without that. I don't know how crucial that is to the operation, but we're fixing to find out. It's actually working halfway decent. Well, that's alright. There we go.
Well, Mike said he wanted some video and some commentary. I bet when we're all said and done, he only wants one of those things. Maybe neither one of them. This guy's new fancy grader attachment. Actually, first pass, heck of an improvement on this road. Took out some humps, filled in some low spots, got all the goats in the grass figured out. We're gonna run over this a few times. I'm just gonna try to pick out the rocks as he goes. It's a pain in the butt, and those rocks get caught in that blade and they roll along and mess your pass up. So I'm gonna try to do that for him. And I'm just gonna be quiet and let you watch the dirt roll. went to go get the dozer. Maybe he already told you. Got my shadow screwing that all up. But, you see that? Can you see where the track's riding on that front idler? He's gonna get the dozer, and we're just gonna try to push it on there. There he is. Listen, I missed the shot. Captain Kleeman messed it up again. But Old Dirt Perfect went with Tri 72C, cold full throttle, slammed it with the dozer, and it's back on. Look, I'll prove it.
There's a few lessons to be learned here. Pay attention to your track tension. Don't run over rocks. And whenever you hear a funny noise, quit before the track's completely off. Alright guys, here's a quick assessment. As you guys seen, I think I got a seal. That seal is just dry rotted from this thing sitting there, but for the price I paid for it, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm pretty pleased with it. For my first go around, this was just some really tough material to do it with. It's got all that rock in it from coming out of the basement. But man, I tell you what, about 15-20 minutes of playing around and it really did a sharp job. It's got potential, man. I just need to catch up with it as far as operating, but I think it's going to come in handy in a lot of different scenarios. We're going to put the bucket back on this thing, head down there by the road. We're going to do a little bit of work down there and then get some felt ready to go. So when the rock trucks roll in, we'll be ready to go. All right, we got the road looking awesome. I'm extremely pleased with the grader. I got to fix my hydraulic leak like you guys seen, but that's just part of it. That's not a big deal. But Kleeman's on his way down here with the felt. I got the bucket back on the skid steer. What I'm going to do is I just want to kind of notch along that road there a little bit. I just want to make sure we get good gravel up there. This base here is actually about 6 inches lower than that. I just need to clean up that edge there a little bit. We'll lay some felt out in here. We'll be good to go. Alrighty, there she is. She is ready for felt. We got a real wide entrance here, so we're probably gonna lay a 12-footer rolled out this way, And then we'll start off going down that way. Somebody, we're not going to mention names, may have forgot to get staples for the felt. So, we're going to have to resort to gravity and rocks. All right, let's roll her out. The good news is we rolled it out the right way. The bad news is we got to roll uphill. With you involved, it's like being self-propelled. Ah! You crashed into the road.
Middle, go ahead and get both.
Look at you go. You better get hit by a trash truck. That'll work. All right, guys, there she is. I'm not going to, we got that piece of felt actually tucked up underneath this one. It's ready to take off that way. We're not going to roll it out until the rock truck gets here because I don't want to go chasing it to the cornfield or wherever it decides to take off to. And yeah, I guess we're waiting on the rock. It's a waiting game, buddy. All right, guys, you asked for rock and they decide they all going to show up at the same time. That's all right. We're going to let this first truck dump right here. I'm going to take skid steer, bust them out a little bit. That way them trucks can turn in here and then we'll spread the rest of the way up the road. Can't back them up too far, we got a power line up there. About 5 inches. Got more moisture in it than I thought it was going to have.
Pretty broken now, I don't spread fine right there. All right, guys, there's what my amazing skid steers skills will get you in about 3 minutes. Get this truck turned in here off the road and see what he's got going on. Oh, yeah. You got it. This kid here, he's kind of a new driver, but he's a pretty quick learner. I think he'll be all right. It's good right there. What'd you get going on kind of motion where you go faster or slow? You got it. Looking good. Nice.
Nicely done. Good job. All right, guys, there's 3 trucks in. We obviously need a little more rock. There's supposed to be 2 more trucks on the way, which should be enough to at least get this felt held down. But we're one more truck will get us up where we need to go, and then we'll probably start back on the other end, thickening her up a little bit, but it's looking good. Well, that last truck wasn't quite what we wanted, but that ain't horrible. We'll make it work. We'll get the old grader attachment going here and see what happens.
So they just brought the 53s, spread them out, kinda. Mike's got this grader attachment. You've seen it in the other videos. I don't know how he's making these videos. Anyway, let's check this thing out.
All right, guys, there it is. That last truck driver didn't do us a whole lot of favors. He ended up off the felt and not spreading rock and a lot of things. And I got 2 more loads of rock coming. That's where I'm going to wrap up this video at. I am extremely pleased with the grader attachment. Yes, I got a couple cylinders leaking. That's fine. I'll get that fixed. It ain't that big a deal. I can buy 3 of these cylinders and still come out ahead on this deal. But I can see this is going to be a very, very handy tool. It's going to be a good purchase. I'm going to keep it and see where everything goes with it. But yeah, all in all, I'm tickled to death. I'll try to give you guys a shot at some point when we get this driveway done. I can't get rock for a couple more days, so we're going to head out of here and try to get some cylinders on this thing. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll catch you on the next one.